And as we begin, do you have any listening preferences?
Um, I not really. I mean, usually I like it kind of quiet, like not too much, but I think in this situation, probably more than usual, like um, more questions, more
Yeah. Okay.
reflections, more
Sure.
reflections.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. And if at any point it feels like too much, you can let me know. I can pull back even more.
Okay.
Yeah. So inviting you to just take a moment to come back to your body. You can let me know if you need help with that or if you want to do it on your own.
No, I'm good with that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inviting you to notice what you want to share.
Yeah, I was quite surprised actually.
Mm.
Surprised and not. So the first part was well, there was kind of three parts to me. There was the caring, there was how we felt, and then there was the and, right? Putting them
Mhm.
together. So the caring part, I thought about my grandson when he was very homesick. His family's on the other side of Canada, and he was 8 years old at the time, and so I was comforting him, you know. So that was pretty easy, and the word that came up was caring,
Mm.
and just that felt like it felt the word is warm, but it was kind of holding the space for him, like being present and trying to be very sensitive to how he's feeling, not to overwhelm him, but
Mm.
to, comfort him. And at
Mm.
the time, he lives 3,000 miles from me. I didn't know him that well. So, and he was quite skittish. So I wasn't about to like hug him. But it's the first time, I got to say, I love you, so,
Oh.
and, uh, and it started changing. So it was a good experience.
Mm.
And then the next one was, remind me what was the prompt for the next one?
It's like a little issue in your life, something that
Okay,
you're happy with.
right. So yesterday I was driving down to the States and I realized how much, what percentage of my self-talk was being critical.
Ah.
And so I'm trying to tune into it and I'm trying to realize how I feel, but at the same time, not let the thoughts take all the space, like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
isn't really helpful, right? But I wasn't trying to push them away. I was trying to acknowledge my feelings. Anyhow, they were very persistent, stayed there a long time. And so my word for that would be cruel because
Mm.
I'm being really tough on myself. And it's like I just not letting it go. It doesn't matter how much CBT, how much feelings, how much whatever. It's just persisting about you made this mistake and you failed and what you did XYZ and it hurt this person, that you care about. Just
Mm.
this is generic. I mean, it happens a lot. And so then when I came to try and bring the caring voice
Yeah.
in,
Mm-hmm.
the, the part that was feeling cruel just was having none of it. It
Oh.
was like very, I'm going to say how my grandson was skittish, but more than skittish, it was kind of like Teflon, not hostile, but it's like from another world. I can't accept this. I'm turning away from it. I can't hear it, you know? And so what was left for the caring part was to relax and just, I'm here, like to continuously just kind of say, I'm here, you know,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
when you want to, I'm right here. You can turn towards me. But it wasn't something I could force because
Yeah. Yeah.
the other one was just no, and the symbol was like hands, like no. And
Mm.
there was another symbol too, but I don't remember it right now. But it's that kind of thing, like stop, and
Yeah.
not stop, but kind of like a no go, this
Yeah.
isn't going to happen. So that's where I was at,
So
and
let me
then
say some of that back to you and then invite you to
sure,
what's
yeah.
happening. So you had a beautiful memory of your grandson and he was homesick and you got to care for him. And it was the first time you got to tell him that you loved him.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the memory that came of the issue was of driving and the inner chatter that was quite cruel, you said. It was cruel. And then when you brought them together, you got a feeling of no. Like you said it was like Teflon. There was just, it wouldn't, the cruel couldn't take the caring.
Mhm.
And there was a quality that the caring was like, okay, well, I'll just be here.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah, there's some,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so yeah, that was it. But there's something about the cruel,
Mhm.
and I don't know what it is exactly, but it's not like the words I'm saying are cruel necessarily, but it's like the overall theme is I'm being cruel. Do you know what I mean? Because when you said back to me, I realized, oh, okay, it's not quite the words that are cruel, but
Right.
the overall concept of the overall feeling of what I'm doing to myself is cruel.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so that was a word that surprised me. But okay, I had never really, I knew that I was negative or critical of myself
Yeah.
often, but I didn't realize it was cruel. Because at
Hmm.
first the word was hard and it wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
No, it's not just hard, it's cruel, you
So I'm
know?
going to invite you to pause now and see what's
Yeah.
happening in your body.
So the word cruel
Mm.
feels very fluid and elongated. Like okay, so I'm feeling it kind of around here. I can't see. Around my, um, between my throat and my chest.
Mm.
And the image of a sausage dog comes to me. I don't remember what their real name is, but that sense of elongated, or those balloons that you blow up to twist into shapes, how they're elongated. So this kind of wavy,
Mm.
elongated, but very fluid. It just the sound of cruel just sounds fluid. It's like water.
Mm. So it's
So
in your throat now, and you've got this image of those kind of sausage dogs, but there's a quality of fluid with it.
yeah, which to suggest in my head, anyhow, I don't know if that's sensing. It suggests that it's able to change. Like it suggests like it can evolve.
Mm.
That it's not stuck.
Ah.
That it, even though I'm saying no, and it's Teflon, but even so, Teflon, you can also slide. It also has a. It's not like it's a seized iron or something. There's still a sense of fluidity there. So to me, that's like hopeful.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm always going to say no,
Mm. Hmm.
but maybe something just there needs to be a trust, maybe,
Mm.
um, or a relaxation, like
Mm. To
yeah,
pause again and just sense into your throat again and see how has it changed in having heard those words. You might close your eyes if it's okay, just to really sense in.
um, it's there's much of a change. It's a little bit softer, more diffuse.
Mhm.
Um, but there's this the sense of fluidity is the biggest thing, and relaxation. Like I, as the caring, need to be relaxed, and definitely
Mhm.
as the one who's being cruel, I need to relax. And that can be difficult. I'm often uh, tense, and I've often had the kind of feeling that relaxation is a key.
Mm. So I'm letting you know there's 3 more minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll say some of that back. So you're
Yeah,
really feeling a little bit of it's still mostly the same, but there is some dissipation. And you're just noticing how key it is for the relaxation to come on both parts, the caring part and the what you're calling the cruel part right now.
yeah. The feeling that it's a very slight shift, which is
Mhm.
fine. Kind of like I know I said diffusing,
Mhm.
and it is that a bit. It's more the essential quality is it's a little bit softer.
Mm.
It's less dense, less intense, like maybe softer at the edges, a bit lighter.
Yeah. So it's a
What?
bit softer, lighter.
Yeah, what I'm really liking is that the relaxation part on the part of the caring. Like it's not.
Mm.
It seems like if I pick up on that, then the other part is more likely to be relaxed. Like I seem to have
Mhm.
always been focusing on changing this negative part, just to call it something, but,
Yeah.
and maybe that's not the place. It's to like focus more on the caring part is
Mm.
what might bring change, like more fluidity,
Mm.
like concentrate on the positives.
Mm.
It's a different, it's a shift, and it's almost like a Teflon thing. But okay, it's not like beating on yourself and you have to change. It's more like, hey, just watch the other part and see if you can
Mm.
get to trust the other person who's caring for you.
Mhm.
The onus isn't on the cruel part to become uncruel, but to be able to be in relationship and start trusting the other. Not even just be
Yeah.
and see if the trust will come.
Mm. Lovely.
I think I'm actually putting that quite to words, but it's different for me. It's like I can,
Mm.
and that does feel more dissipated now.
Okay. Yeah. It almost feels like um you're inviting the caring part to be patient.
But for sure, I mean, that was there from the beginning. The caring part realized when from this exercise, when I tried to put them together, okay, yes, I have to be patient. I'm just going to be here and I'm just going to keep on showing that I care.
Yeah. Good.
So that's a whole different emphasis than, like I was saying, than you've got to change.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm going to invite you to thank your body
Yeah.
and thank yourself for taking the time to listen to it. And I'm going to take the spotlights off.
Mhm.
We're coming back and inviting everybody now to pause and maybe close your eyes if your eyes were open and just sensing into your own body. What's happening there now? Or maybe you notice something as Stephanie was focusing. Yeah, so noticing the physical sensations or the emotional quality. And maybe inviting a word or an image to come or a phrase, or maybe one already did. And then in a moment, we'll invite you to offer your reflections if you would like to offer one, and reminding you to use I language from the chat, right? So when I heard you say, or in being with your session, I got this physical sensation, or I got this symbol. Yeah. You can just unmute yourself and share whenever you're ready.
Yeah. When you were talking about your throat and the cruelness there, and then you made that shift where you then felt or you imagined the sausage dog, which added a bit of humor, and then another big shift when you found the fluidity for me, that brought a smile to my face and a lightness in my chest. And now when we tune in, there's like this nice gentleness in my whole enlarged heart space.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Conrad.
Yeah, when I heard you talk about more flexibility, there was kind of a release in my body and also in the chest, and more lightness and more softness. And at the end, yeah, I have a feeling of more relaxed and more acceptance of my two parts. Yeah, like more lightness and softness. Thanks.
Sherry.
Right at the end when you were talking about almost like just concentrating on the caring bit and almost like letting the Teflon bit just be. I didn't feel anything, but I just had this image of when I watch on YouTube of rescued dogs. Sometimes these dogs have been so traumatized they don't want to do anything. They sit in the corner. There's a guy that'll go in and he just sits there. He sits there with his back to them, and eventually they take little steps towards him. And a little bit of food, and eventually they sat on his lap and they cuddle him. But it was just something, just almost like an essence of just saying, "I'm here if you want. I'm here if you want." That seemed to be the final essence.
Sherry. Any others? Can take a few more. Yeah.
Stephanie, when I heard you say, I'm here, like I'm just here, nothing else to do right now, that resonated a lot with me, in the idea that that's would be like the most, like the biggest way in which someone could be for me, just here. Because when I hear those words like I'm here, for me that means that it's a presence that is open and that contains all I can be and all I can feel and all I can want or not want. It can contain all, giving it space, making space, and then being there, able to receive if or when I'm ready to go for it with whatever connection I need. So, and that is like so much for me.
Diane? Oh, you're muted still.
When I heard, excuse me, when I heard I'm here, I had a similar feeling of someone holding space, just holding space like you did for your grandchild. And it just felt soothing to know that someone was holding space for all of that. I appreciated that. Thank you.
Any other reflections? Yeah, Karen?
Yeah, thank you. When I heard just about the patience part, like being patient with yourself, that was just, I felt like a real warmth in my kind of chest heart area, almost like a softening there, like I don't know, I feel that need to rush into things sometimes. It's like rush to change, rush to and it was like, oh, You know, it's just like the work is waiting and being. So that was just a beautiful feeling, like a feeling of lightness and softness kind of in the heart area. And the other piece was when you talked about kind of one part of you being in sort of like a different planet. I'm not sure what you used. I could totally, relate to that. It's like these parts will never meet, and yet there's a flexibility and a possibility, which really struck me as quite beautiful. Thank you.
I'll invite you, Stephanie, to see if there's anything else that comes now and hearing the reflections. If you want to say anything to the group for whatever was offered. Sometimes we invite you to notice what really resonated, but you don't have, whatever you'd like to share, whatever comes.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody. Thank you for the sharing and also just for the listening and being here. I really appreciate the reflection. I appreciate this getting recorded so I can go back and hear. Just to hear, this is something I think I've been ashamed of so much, the fact that I have so much difficulty. So like to hear what Karen said about, oh yeah, they're like planets apart, but there's a flexibility to a willingness to come and meet or, whatever it's going to be. And yet, as you said, and yet, who knows? So just to hear everything that you've said is so positive. There's been no what I do to myself, or what part of me does to part of me, that shaming and that negativity. It's all, oh, when I heard you say this, I had a warm feeling. I had, the dog trainer, everything was, you're holding space, and that's all that could be. It's not overwhelming, but it's very affirming and kind of like filling up my cup, and I just really will take all of that feedback. So thank you. I'm definitely going to go and take it and let it sit. So thank you. This was like so positive. Had that group feedback. It's like,
yeah,
they can kind of do like breakout focusing often, but you don't do empathy circles. That's my thing anyhow. If somebody else wants to go, it's like very positive.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. That is the point of this.
Yeah, I second Stephanie's opinion. It's very special to have this.